A couple of the differences, when we talk purely about posture, a couple of the differences between old style, traditional Weiji, and us has to do with the placement of the back, or the sort of trajectory of the spine, right? Placement of the hips. Brian? Okay, SanChin. Okay, so our SanChin, spine straight up and down, right? This is a good, almost Tai Chi-like posture, right? Now, in the old style SanChin, he's going to tense up a little bit more here, tuck a little tighter here, shoulders back and down. He's almost leaning backwards. He's not, but he's almost leaning backwards, okay? Shoulders, if you see the shoulder joint, if you're looking through his body and looking at the shoulder joint, it comes down just behind the hip joint and in line with the back heel. Okay? Feel a little different? Okay. All right. And go ahead. All right. From that position, right, the idea of SanChin is that you have this backward mobility and flexibility while staying grounded. Okay? Boom. 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 All right. We're going to try that part for just a little while. All right, everybody form up. Do you understand the placement of the shoulders, hips, and heel? Mm-hmm. And you're going to help me check everybody else in there. All right. Old style SanChin opens here. Okay. Brian, check. Get everybody in the right posture. Okay. Shoulders back and down more. Hips tucked a little more. I want this hand wider. Bring your foot up to about here. Knee in, and knees in a little bit more. And I want tension right here. In. Good. Chin forward. Full extension. One. Good. Right there. Good. Tuck more. Touch your hips. There you go. There. I know.
It's like leaning back.
I know. There you go. There you go. Yes. Okay. Closed fists. Just bring them up. Turn in. Feel what's happening to the muscles around your ribs right now. All right. This position, whether you have a straight back or not, this tightening of the ribs, this focus in of the elbows right here, is what you want with our SanChin. All right. So learning this is going to help you achieve this with the SanChin that you practice on a daily basis. And open. Right. This comes just to the shoulder point, down the elbow, straight back. Now you're not tight, you're slightly tense. All right? Same with the strike. You're not tight, you're slightly tense until the end point. Okay, so back and recover. Now we're going to do this stupid little slide circle that we don't like, but we're going to do it because we're doing old style SanChin. To the shoulder, down the elbow, straight back. Shoulder. Not overly tight but tense. Maintain tension in your upper leg, right? Forward focus with the hips. Backward focus with the shoulders. Stay where you're at. Okay. You can see in the mirror, my target is just underneath the chest, right? Just in between those two ribs, just under. Draw a line directly down from the nipple about 2 inches, and that's it, right there. Okay. Is it? Complete. Lock. Straight. Recover. Slide into that circle. Lock. Straight. Recover. Keep your hips tucked. Abs tight. Shoulders back and down. Slide into that circle. Lock. Straight. Recover. Slide into your circle. Lock. Straight. Recover. And pivot. Complete. Okay, check your stances. Knees focused tightly. Hips focused forward slightly. Amanda, you're leaning back a little too much, I think. There you go. Good. Good. And we continue. Block. Straight. Recover. Slide. Block. Straight. Recover. Slide. Block. Straight. Recover. Good. Slide and step. Block. Slide and step. Block. Slide and step. Notice this hand, the initial guard just comes right across the chest. Alright, what about your Mawashi Uke? That looks pretty different, right? Some ways? What part was different?
There's no.
Right, there's no secondary block, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be?
Because it's not a fighting cop.
Actually, that technique is a perfectly good fighting technique. He throws a punch, right? Sorry.
Come back here!
Right? Slowly.
No.
Boom. I'm stepping in and striking. Right? Just because we have a secondary block doesn't mean you have to use it. Okay? Just because we have a secondary block down here doesn't mean we have to use it, right? Those of you who are 4, 5, and 6 forms into the system have seen several variations of Mawashi Ukes. They all work, right? But one thing about Al Horton was that when he looked at a Mawashi Uke, he always said, well, what if somebody does it, and what if somebody, and what? So he tried to come up with all the backup plans. But the straightforward Mawashi Uke is just block and strike. Okay? This is what you learn in the beginning of SanChin. Right? So guess what SanChin does? SanChin gives you the element, right? And then it shows you how to properly use that element. Okay? So you spend the first half of SanChin learning half of a Mawashi Uke. And then you spend the next half of SanChin learning how to make that work. It doesn't work by itself. Okay? It can work by itself. Okay? If he punches, right? And you're sliding through it and you're just using it as a parry, it can work. Alright? Nothing wrong with that. But it is half of the Mawashi Uke that you learn later on. How does everybody feel about the body posture?
It's weird.
It's weird.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. So is SanChin the way you learned to begin with, right? It's all uncomfortable. There are a few elements of it that you need to be aware of, though. Okay? The positioning of your hips, right? The closing off of your rib cage, all very important. And it's stuff that you need to take from this class and make sure you're developing in the SanChin the way you do it now. Okay? Who knows what SanChin Kitea is? Who knows what SanChin Kitea is? Who's Kitea? Kitea is arm pounding, okay, or body conditioning. SanChin Kitea is conditioning within SanChin. So when Brian begins his SanChin, he opens, boom, SanChin Kitea, right? Up, in, open, good. Checking tension here, right? Tension here, tension here. You've all seen this. We know what this is. This is SanChin Kitea, okay? And he steps, or excuse me, he blocks, and he strikes. SanChin Kitea. He recovers, he steps, and he strikes. And recovers, and steps. SanChin Kitea. So throughout SanChin, someone, thank you. So throughout old style SanChin, you learn the form, you learn the proper body mechanics, and then somebody beats on you while you do it. Why would they do that? What purpose does that serve?
Body conditioning.
Body conditioning, yes. What else? There's
Tighten
another
the right
important-
muscle groups.
What's that?
To tighten the right muscle groups, make sure they're tense so you're not.
Good.
Make sure you are not surprised when someone hits you.
That's the really big one right there.
Yeah.
Okay? The maintaining of your focus while doing SanChin when somebody's attacking you. Because guess what? If you can't make it through a kata in a class while somebody's attacking you, do you think you're going to be able to make it through a kata? And you think you're going to be able to perform a technique on the street when someone's attacking you? No. The answer to that is no. All right? If you can't maintain focus in class while you know what is expected of you and you know that the guy who's hitting you is not trying to really damage you, then you're not going to be able to pull it off in the street and defend yourself. Right? So, SanChin Kitea is something that we still do. Right? We just do it with slightly different body mechanics. But we're going to do it with the old style body mechanics today. All right? So, reform. Brian and Sean, you will help with the checking. Open. Excuse me. I wanted to do it my way. Okay. Yes. Check, make sure your shoulders are backing down, your hips are tucked forward. Good. Up. Draw them in. Open. Good. Stay where you're at. Sean and Brian, let's check. Knees up. Straighten back foot. Bring your knees up. Drop down your stance. There you go. Put your chin. There you go. I want you there. That's it, right there. Good. Do not break from your form. If we spend the next half an hour checking you, do not break from your form.
Keep your back straight. So pull it underneath the other.
There you go.
Trying.
No, that was after I said that you got it. Keep your knees in.
Once you're there. That's better. Good. There you go. Much better. And set it. Good. Good. Block. Straight. Make sure that each one of these strikes snaps. In order to get that snap, you cannot be too tight on the delivery, but you have to be tight at the end, like a whip. Whoop. Recover. Step. Lock. Back. Back. Don't rise into that. Just come straight across. Straight. Back. Better. Don't throw your shoulder. Keep that shoulder down. Good. You can stay out. Continue checking. Recover. Step. Don't recoil. Keep it tense. It hurts less if it stays tense.
Not the other one.
So this one I can beat on.
Yep.
Lock. Straight.